It's hard to believe, but even after all this time, DayZ still has so many things the majority of players don't even realize are there. And here I'm going to reveal some of them by going through some of the best loot spots that will definitely help you not only get geared faster, but also geared with some really useful loot. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
Oh my god, was that like 6 shots to the head?
Don't make a Jeffrey Dahmer joke. So these are not going to be in any particular order, but I can almost guarantee if you don't use these spots already, they will completely change your looting game. Starting off, we have the top of cranes. Look, this seems like an obvious one, but people never go there and they offer so much good loot. Rangefinders, solid clothing, useful tools, and because they're found around the coast, you can get really good stuff almost immediately, so it's definitely worth venturing up to see what you find. Next is another one that's so useful but also so neglected. It's the back of trucks. The back of trucks is crazy because people just walk by them and never look inside, but they do offer some really useful things. Oh, and also be sure to check the floor around them as well. Next, we have these broken cabins here. These broken cabins on Sakal are incredible for really useful survival gear, and because they're so ignored, even on high pop servers, they usually have some really good gear. They offer all kinds of things, like it's a broad range. It could be disinfectant, it could be food, there's a lot there. One I absolutely think is underrated is, so everybody knows about train carts and everybody hits train carts when they come past them. They offer you some of the best loot. However, if you hit the front of the train, which nobody ever touches, you'll always find survival gear. You'll find clothing, protective wear, lights, boots, and so on. It's really worth hitting. Also, just throwing this one as a quick bonus here, always hit these park benches here. You get some really cool camping stuff, including maps, heat packs, and all kinds of gear. Then we have this little gem right here, and this is good because it's just quick. It's radio towers, and you don't even have to climb them to check them. Just use a rifle to look up, or sometimes you don't even have to do that. Just stand under them and look through the grates. It's really useful. But next, let's venture back into Sakal for a moment, because I'm going to reveal the one spot I always go to make sure I get some food and some decent gear. It's the Sakal apartments, and because of recent changes, the higher you go in the apartment, the more likely you are to get some really good gear. Yes, that is an actual loot feature. I always find jam here, which just keeps me going food wise for such a long time. It's a very, very useful place. But sticking to Sakal for this next one, now people, when they hear boats, they think of these things here, and these things definitely do have loot. However, it's these boats here that you need to focus on, because you can get some really good things there as well, and you can get all manner of useful survival gear, from heat packs to fishing rods. They are absolutely worth checking out as soon as you can. Then we go on to probably the most useful and the most plentiful place that everybody ignores. It's cars. People always loot houses, but they never loot cars. But what they don't realize is you can find just as much stuff in cars as you can in houses, but it's twice as fast to loot. And if you're near a special area like a police station or a medical facility, they'll usually have some medication or something along those lines in there as well. Then we have a random one that people do know about but also kind of don't know about, and it's these military containers here on Chernara stocks. These containers contain unique loot and can usually get you a mini AK or something along those lines. They're great for giving you a PvP advantage in the beginning and can actually carry you through to the mid game. However, with recent changes to DayZ and how much loot you can carry, it can be difficult to get by. But luckily, this video here will show you how to get more space, or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.